So next topic is a doozy of one. I've been notorious on this podcast for talking about DC. I've been notorious for talking about DC movies. The DC trailer to the Justice League Zack Snyder cut came out. I thought it was amazing. What did you think? I thought it was fire, dude. I thought it was fire. I know a lot of people didn't. And they have every right to feel that way. I was one of those people. I was like, and it's not the actors, it's not the actual property, it's not the movie. With the Ray Fisher story, you hear stuff about Jeff Johns. You hear stuff about Joss Whedon. Have you been hearing the Joss Whedon stuff? Bro, people on the Justice League movie, and, he did Buffy. I don't know if you knew that, but he was like, he was behind the Buffy show. People on that show are coming out and saying stuff about him.
Oh, I heard that.
People are coming out and saying stuff about Walter Hamada and all these people. It's not, so my anger with DC and Warner Brothers has never actually been the property, and it's actually never been the actors, right? It's been the people that are behind the scenes that are in charge of these properties. These people don't know. This is just what it is. This isn't up for debate, bro. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're spending too much time trying to play catch up with Marvel. They're spending too much time trying to catch what the Avengers did. Listen, you are never going to do that. Not with the way you guys run your shit right now. That's never going to happen. You guys will never catch up to Marvel. Why? Because you guys have incompetent people that are directing and producing these movies. Everybody wants to be a chief. They're saying not all all these Indians, not enough chiefs. I don't know if that's correct to say, but whatever. You have all these people who say they just want, you know what I mean? It's like those people, like everybody wants to be the boss, right? But at Marvel, have you heard anybody come out about Kevin Feige and say he harasses people and says racist things? Have you heard that? No. Have you ever heard anybody say that about anything at Marvel? Have you? That doesn't mean Marvel's better, right? But that just means like, hey, we know what we're doing. That's why Marvel is so successful right now, because there's not 3 or 4 Kevin Feiges who sexually harass people. Or they get accused of racist things, right? Kevin Feige, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to get there. This is what we're going to do to make the movie. And this is how we're going to be successful. There's already a game plan. Let's hit all those points, right? You don't have somebody reaching their hand in the pot every other second and saying, hey, Ezra Miller, let's see what your script says. Oh, hey, Ray Fisher, you see what I'm saying? So the trailer, I loved it. It's very bittersweet to me, because I remember I was one of the first few personalities that I can think of that really, really wanted to hold Warner Brothers accountable for what they did to Zack Snyder. When his daughter died, you guys didn't want to give him a grieving process? Like, does Zack Snyder not deserve a grieving process? Remember, they're just like, hey, we're just going to let you go. They take whatever he filmed, and then Joss Whedon has to go and reshoot it. He did a lot of reshoots. I heard it was up to 90% of the movie was reshot. So Joss Whedon takes this man's work, does reshoot. This guy's daughter died. Bro, that'd be like, let's say I had a daughter. My daughter dies, and you guys are like, hey, Andrew, you're not doing the show no more. We're going to put someone else is going to be Melo15. And then we don't have time for you to fucking, to move on. You don't get a mourning period here. You don't get a mourning period. So that's it feels like this is a win, not only for Zack Snyder, but it's a win for us fans. Because us fans were basically the reason this movie's made. I know a lot of people think that this movie is just like maybe a couple scenes added in, but it doesn't seem like that. It's probably going to feel and seem like a completely different movie by a large margin, based off the fact that they said they reshot 90% of Zack Snyder's movie. Another thing is, when WB came out recently and said, we're not moving forward with Zack Snyder after this. What? What does that mean? Do you know what that means? What does that mean? I don't understand that. What if this becomes super popular?
I think that's what's going to happen. Is it's going to become so big that they're going to be like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And you guys look like fucking idiots for coming out and saying we're moving on from Zack Snyder. Why put that out? Why? You see what I'm saying? You know who doesn't run their company like that? Kevin Feige. Have you ever heard anybody at Marvel say, "Hey, no matter how good Endgame does, we're not moving forward with this universe. Oh, no matter how good Spider-Man 2 does, we're not moving forward with the universe." You know what Sony did? And thank the lucky stars for this, because Sony is not dumb now. And I'm hoping this doesn't change. But Sony, they weren't trying to have Tom Holland in like future MCU. Remember that? There was like the whole report. But they realized, okay, so if we don't have him in MCU movies going forward, people are going to hate us. People aren't going to like want to watch our Spider-Man movies because he's not in the MCU. And it's just going to fuck everything over again. So now they're still doing Sony Spider-Man stuff, but they're also incorporating. You see what I'm saying? That you couldn't have. I guess the rumors for the new Spider-Man movie, the multiverse. You know, like I heard, what's his name, Willem Dafoe is coming back as Norman Osborn. I heard Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. Those guys are coming back as their roles, right? So you couldn't do that without MCU. Like, how do you explain the multiverse? And like, you know, they're already doing it with WandaVision. Like, how do you explain that, right? So, yeah, you don't hear Marvel say, "Oh, what after Endgame, yeah, there's nothing." Why did they come out and say that? It's like, bro, do you guys? No one knows. It feels like that, man. It really and I'm not even gonna crap on the CGI. I've already crapped on the CGI enough. Maybe the excuse is they don't have a good CGI department like Disney does. But you guys are Warner Brothers. Get it together. Get a CGI department. That's not our fault. Is it our fault that you're not as big as Disney? No, that's not our fault. But yeah, going back to the actual trailer, Jared Leto was in it. Obviously he looks different. Look-wise, he kind of reminded me of Joaquin Phoenix Joker with the long hair, but that doesn't mean they're trying to copy Joaquin's Joker. It kind of looked like they messed with his lips a little bit. Didn't it kind of look like more chunky right here? Like kind of like a Heath Ledger type of Batman. So that was pretty cool. They showed Soups in the black suit, which that's probably one of the money shots. So I wouldn't. They showed Darkseid. I mean,
they showed Darkseid a few times.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and Steppenwolf wasn't like the big bad. It seemed. You know, it didn't seem like Steppenwolf was like the big bad of this. So it looks good. I mean, I'm mainly, for me, the reason I'm going to support this movie is just for Zack Snyder, bro. Like, I don't know any of the personal behind the scenes stuff, so maybe I'm talking on my ass, but I'm from what I've gathered and from what I've heard, they did Zack Snyder so wrong. And we're not going to sit here and pretend that they did it. You know, since I've started this podcast, it seems like I'm a DC hater. I'm not. I'm not a fan of the people who run it. I love DC. I love the characters. Like, those characters have a potential to be way better than Marvel. Like, what they did with Endgame, these group of characters had always had the potential to do that or better. That's why I'm angry. Because the people behind the scenes don't know how to use these characters. They don't know what we want. Remember, oh, hey, instead of making a solo Ben Affleck film, let's make Suicide Squad. Let's make Birds of Prey. Let's make, let's make Gotham City Sirens. And it's like, do any of you at fucking Warner Brothers even look at what Twitter and Reddit and fans want? I just don't think so. I don't think so. If anything, my plight has always been with the people in charge. After Ray Fisher came out and exposed them, after numerous other people from different shows with Joss Whedon and all that, it's like, bro, enough's enough, dude. I hope this movie does good, and I hope DC's like, hey, we regret saying that stupid comment about not going forward with Zack Snyder's universe, because we're actually going to go forward with it. We got the Robert Pattinson Batman going on, and let's have this going on. Why not? Why not? We have the Joker, we have Robert Pattinson, and we have this universe. Why not? Why the fuck not, dude? You guys are already gonna bust the nut with fucking Flashpoint. And regardless, bro, I don't want to come off as a DC hater, but if I do come off as a DC hater, cool, bro. I'm not gonna defend myself anymore, dude. It is what it is. Comment below, guys. Were you excited about the Justice League trailer? And what are your thoughts on what's happening at DC and Warner Brothers?